microplastic.
Companies are choosing to make something that will be used just once. One garbage truck of plastic is dumped in the sea every minute.
Excellent. Much better now, huh? Hey.
Hey comrades, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Here, I'm back with another video. Today I'm doing another environmentalism video. Today I wanted to talk about the topic that I discovered recently, capitalism and plastic pollution crisis, a new discovery, microplastics found in human blood for the first time ever. A deep dive science into this, so let's get started into this video. So yeah, since capitalism is one of the main causes of the plastic pollution crisis, if not the number one cause. In capitalism, the system puts profits over lives of the earth, animals, and humans every day. I decided to make this video. My YouTube videos related to this topic will be on the screen right now if you'd like to go and check them out. Also, the credit and resources to this research video, this science video that I'm doing right now, will be in the description of this video down below, in the description box of this video as well. So let's get started into this video. So yeah. A shocking science study has come out very recently. Microplastic pollution has been detected in human blood for the first time ever, with scientists finding tiny particles in almost 80% of the people tested in this experiment. The discovery shows the particles can travel around the body and may lodge in organs and vital organs. The impact on health is yet unknown, but researchers are very concerned as to the microplastics cause damage to human cells in the laboratory, and air pollution particles already known to enter the body and cause millions of deaths each year. Huge amounts of plastic waste and plastic pollution and the crisis of plastic are dumped in the environment, and microplastics now contaminate the entire planet from the summit of Mount Everest all the way to the deepest parts of the ocean. People are already known to consume tiny particles via food and water, as well as breathing them in, and have been found in the poop of babies and adults themselves. The scientists analyzed blood samples from 22 anonymous donors, all healthy adults, and found plastic pollution particles, and 17.5 of the samples contained PET plastic, which is commonly used in drinking bottles, plastic bottles, while a third contained polystyrene, used for packaging food and other products. A quarter of the blood samples contained polyethylene from plastic carrier bags are made from. Are the particles retained in the body? Are they transported to certain organs, such as getting past the blood-brain barrier? And are these levels significantly higher to trigger disease? We urgently need to find the answer and fund research so we can find out and answer this. Plastic pollution is set to double by 2040. A recent study found that microplastics can latch onto the outer membranes of the red blood cells and may limit their ability to transport oxygen. The particles have also been found in the placenta of pregnant women themselves. Many scientists today agree we're living through a new geological expo, the Passocene. It is an age defined by which human activity, characterized by reduction in biodiversity itself, an increase of the concentration of atmospheric carbon dioxide. Included are the impacts of the capitalist industrial processes and changes to the Earth's surface, as well, as a result of mining, fracking, as for example, mining for coal. A 2017 study from the Ellen MacArthur Foundation found that by 2050, Earth's oceans will contain more plastic than fish already. There are huge submerged moving concentrations of garbage waste in every one of the planet's oceans, known as giant garbage patches that are floating around the ocean. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is one of the biggest ones, which lies between Japan and California itself, for example, is twice the size of Texas and continuously grows. Plastic is non-biodegradable. Balloons are some of the biggest plastic pollution examples. According to the Environmental Nature Center, latex balloons can take anywhere between 6 months to 4 years to biodegrade. In the time before they are completely decomposed, these balloons can still wreak havoc on the ecosystems and kill. Balloons can easily be mistaken as foliage and a food source to wildlife, especially birds and marine life, such as sea turtles. Not only can be ingested them, but seriously harm them and even known to kill them, these animals, but they can also get tangled up and killed by the string that is attached to the balloons as well. The best the oceans can do is break down the plastics into microplastics and create microplastic hot spots These invisible particles remain in the water. They are ingested by marine life and birds that enter our food chain by embedding themselves in the flesh of the animal that had eaten the plastic and are increasingly being consumed by humans themselves. Plastic also pollutes land and the air. A huge amount of plastic waste ends up in landfills, but a paper from the water research has demonstrated that landfill isn't the final sinking place of plastic pollution, but a potential source of microplastics themselves. Plastics are ground down in a landfill, and these smaller microplastic particles can be airborne and carried by the wind and breathed into people and the animals' lungs themselves. Billion-dollar drink companies such as Nestle and Coca-Cola are among the worst offenders when it comes to plastic pollution. It is revealed in 2019 that Coca-Cola alone produced about 108 billion plastic bottles, or 3 million tons of plastic each year. This waste is entirely unnecessary. Drinks like Coke used to be bottled and sold in reusable glass bottles a long time ago until they changed to plastic bottles. Invested in the predominance of plastic material and the capitalist production are some of the most powerful entities on the planet. The fossil fuel giants themselves, such as Shell, ExxonMobil, Chevron, BP, Sinopec, and other oil and gas superpowers companies have an interest in plastic coating as many products as possible inside giant petrochemical hubs. Petroleum is manufactured into plastic material, providing the world's companies a relatively cheap, versatile, and light material used for everything from engine parts to toys themselves. The rise of plastic over the 70 years has been accompanied by one of the biggest lies in modern history, the lie of plastic recycling. When Coca-Cola introduced plastic bottles, it launched a propaganda campaign and a fake news campaign aimed at shifting all the responsibility of the plastic pollution crisis from the company to the actual individuals who buy them. Such recycling campaigns are pioneered corporate greenwashing. You can't be pro-capitalism and be green, point blank period. Don't blame individuals, blame the companies themselves. An international research project have revealed the highest levels of microplastic ever recorded on the sea floor, with up to 1.9 million pieces in a thin layer covering just 1 square meter. These currents can concentrate microplastics within a huge sediment accumulations where they are termed microplastic hot spots. In these areas of the hot spots of microplastics on the seafloor are mainly comprised of fibers from textile industries and clothing industries. These are not effectively filtered out in domestic wastewater treatment plants and can easily enter and flow in rivers and oceans. An example of how animals are harmed by this plastic pollution crisis and the microplastics and the microplastic hotspots. Norway lobster are known to ingest microplastic pollution present in the sediment and have been displayed of reduced body mass when exposed to the microplastic pollutant. Microplastics have also been found to make mussels and other like clams and oysters and things like that lose their grip and to alter the behavior of fish, also in the areas of the ocean and rivers and stuff like that. One Australian study of damselfish found that they were likely to take more risk and die earlier. We even find microplastics in plankton themselves, which are really at the base of the food chain and help keep our oceans healthy long term. Everything from a very small fish to large whales that eat plankton. A recent university study of Sydney found that fish grow slower when exposed to both the industrial chemical bioplasmal, a common compound used in plastic manufacturing, and higher temperatures. Toothed whales, seals, and manatees ingest this plastic with subsequent consequences, aka digestive problems, eventually resulting in early death. This is just many of the examples of how these microplastic pollution hotspot areas in the ocean and in the waterways ourselves are affecting the worlds and the earth and its wildlife as a whole. The sad truth is, capitalism is not gonna save us. It never will. Capitalism is not green. Capitalism is the true evil, the system itself. We must fight against the evils of capitalism and spread the word to get the truth out there about the evils of capitalism and how it's truly affecting the earth and our environment we live on due to the capitalist pig's greed.